guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Meg. I make random videos on story times, questions, makeup, you name it. I will film it because I have nothing better to do with myself. Anyway, moving on. Today's video is a story time video. This is my first story time. Can you believe it? I know. I have about however many videos and I still haven't done a story time. Anyway, moving on. I am doing a video today on my first ever job. Yes. So, if you enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below what you'd like to see next, and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see this face again. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So, my first ever job actually was in Debenhams. If you don't know what Debenhams is, it's like a big clothing store that sells homeware, different brands of clothing, and it has a restaurant inside of it. Well, most of them do anyway. Yeah, the one I did. The one I worked in did. But yeah, so I got this job when I was about, sort my hair out, what a state, curly hair problems, always a mess. Anyway, right, I got this job when I was about 17, I just turned 17, and a family member of mine actually shared a post regarding this job, advertising it. So I emailed this man who was advertising the job, of course, and I sent him my CV. At the time, there wasn't anything on it apart from what I was doing in sixth form and my GCSEs. So from that, he actually rang me back. God. He rang me the following day to suggest like a interview process. So obviously I was all like happy. I was like, oh yeah, like great, you know, first ever job. Couldn't wait. I was really nervous. I'm like a really nervous person, guys, like so nervous, it's unreal. So I actually got told by this man that I had to go to the jewellery section in the shop when I went in. Now this job was actually, it was in a shopping centre. So I was like in the shopping centre, you know, walked in the shop and went to the jewellery section, and I was so nervous. I thought they're going to tell me that I'm in the wrong place. Luckily I wasn't. And I had to wait there for about, I think it was about like 10-15 minutes. And loads of other people actually were like with me at the time because they must have been there for job interviews as well. This lady came to fetch us and she took us all upstairs into this like room, and we had to sit there, introduce ourselves, introduce the job that we were there for, like what section, whether it was clothes, whether it was homeware, whether it was restaurant. And we had to watch like a load of health and safety videos, and then we got shown around the shop floor. Now I don't really know why this happened because I went for the restaurant role. I wasn't there for the clothing role. I wish I was, because I probably would have preferred that. But anyway, the restaurant role it was. And there was 2 other girls that was there for the same role as me. And at the time we all got the job. We was interviewed by the manager, and I remember I'd not long got back from Florida, and I walked in and he was like, you can't have those nails, you can't have that makeup on. And I'm thinking, this is a job interview, like, give me a break. Like, I didn't have a lot of makeup on at the time. It was literally just foundation. Like, he was so rude. Anyway, I got the job and I made friends with these 2 girls. One of them left and the other one actually stayed there for quite a while whilst I was there. And she left and this new girl started. Now, this girl actually has a YouTube channel. She's called Lily. I will link her YouTube channel down below. She's great, her videos are amazing. Lily, if you're watching this, Debenham buddies. That was so gay. Anyway, and I remember I'd been there for quite some time, and she actually started, and I was like, wow, her tattoos, like, I noticed them straight away, and I was like, I need to make friends with her. At the time I was there, a lot of people that were there, they was a lot older than me. There was like, I don't really want to put an age on it, but I'd say they were about like 50s, 60s. Now when I was there, I was one of the youngest there at the time, and they didn't like me. They kind of always looked down on me as the youngest and, oh, you know, don't like her. And a lot of the times I actually would go and sit in the toilet and cry. I would sit in the toilet playing Subway Surfers on my phone because I didn't want to be there. I would try and waste as much time as possible in those toilets so I didn't have to be in there for as long as possible. I hated it. I didn't hate the customers were lovely. It was the people that were awful, apart from Lily and a couple of other people. The rest were vile. I hated them and they didn't like me either. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not the type of person that would just be like, oh, I don't like you, I'm not going to talk to you. That's not me, but when I get the impression that someone doesn't like me and they were like belittling me, like they were talking to me as though I didn't know what I was doing. All I had to do was clean tables and empty the trays in the pot wash area. So I had to put like the cups in one pile, the plates in another pile, and then go back out and do it all over again. Now I only had this job on weekends, so it wasn't that much of an issue. It didn't bother me too much. It was a bit of money and I was only there 2 days a week and they were 4-hour shifts. So I couldn't really complain. However, there was a couple of times where the manager really had to like, he spoke to me and it made me cry and I was like, I'm not going back, I can't come back. I generally don't like it here. He wasn't fair, like he'd like always like ask me questions and be like intimidated. And I remember I had my ear pierced, like where that silver one is there, I had that one and one just below it. And obviously I couldn't take them out because I'd only had them done like recently. And he asked me to take them out and I said, oh, I can't. And he was asking me why, he asked me why I had it done. And I was like, excuse me? Who are you? Like, you're not my dad, you're not my mum. Anyway, he was telling me like it can fall in people's food, you know, it can fall in people's like plates, like people's cups, like, and I'm thinking, I don't serve food, like I served food there once and it was for about 10 minutes and then when they realised I was absolutely terrible at it, they sacked me off into the back again. Great. And I did that before I even had my ear pierced, so I was kind of like, who are you to tell me about my piercings? Anyway, he kept going on about it and I was like, I can't take them out. I've had them done out of choice. It's something that I wanted to have done. I can't wear any other jewellery. I can't wear makeup or have my nails done. Just let me have this and, you know. And he made me cry. He stood there, he pulled me to one side and I can't remember what he said to me, but he made me feel this big. And I remember going to the toilet, crying my eyes out. I just couldn't believe it. I just hated being there. So anyway, at the time I had a boyfriend and one of my shifts got changed and I didn't know about it. And obviously because I wasn't there in the week, I couldn't see like the rotas and stuff. So I went in on the Saturday. Now on this Saturday, my boyfriend at the time and his family were going out on the night. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, I can come. Because I knew that my old shift was actually an early finish. I was never there till any later than 6 really. So when I walked in, I was like, I'm not supposed to work till this time today. So I told this team leader at the time. Now this team leader was lovely, she was so nice, but I lied, guys, like I actually lied. I went in and I was like, I'm so sorry, but I can't do it. I've got a university meeting. A what? A what? A university meeting? What? I lied, but she fell for it, she believed me. And she was like, oh, no worries, we'll sort it out. And then that day, later on, there was a woman there that didn't like me again. And she was talking to these other women about me because as I opened the door and walked out, she was telling them about this interview meeting I had going on. And I was like, talking about me. And at the time I had no confidence, guys. I had no confidence at all. So I didn't say anything. I just let her talk about me. I actually let her talk about me. Anyway, man's casually trimming his bushes. So I let her talk about me and I forgot it ever happened. And then a couple of weeks later, I actually was really ill and I had to have some time off. And my mum phoned in sick for me and my manager didn't believe it. He was like, I don't believe it. I want to speak to Megan. And my mum was like, no, like she's ill, she's bedbound. You need to accept the fact she's not coming to work today. And he wouldn't fall for it, he just wouldn't have it. And that was basically the reason why I left, because he was like pestering me, kept phoning me. He had an argument with my stepdad on the phone because he wanted to talk to me, and my mum and my stepdad were like, she's ill, she's in bed, she's not coming to work. And then he was like, well, when's she coming back? When's she coming back? And Mum was like, it's a weekend job. Like, she might be back next week. It might be the weekend after. Who knows? She's ill. She'll come back when she's better. However, I didn't go back, luckily. But that was my first ever job. Absolutely hated it. Would never go back. There's been a couple of times I've been there with my mum and we've kind of like walked past the restaurant to see who still works there. It's a bit childish, I know, but yeah. Was there anything else that happened there? The one thing I absolutely hated was you had to like get the tea bags out of the teapots, and my nails, oh, they were awful. My nails used to like go all discoloured from like the tea, and like, oh, it was vile. I hated it. I'm working there Christmas now, and I have to work. Really? Really? I know you have to work there Christmas as well, but I had to be there on Boxing Day at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning. Boxing Day. Personally, I don't think any business should be open Boxing Day. None at all, apart from like relevant ones, probably like, don't really know. I'd say pubs, but I work in a pub and I don't like working Christmas. So, yeah, don't think pubs should be open Christmas really either. Can do a story time on pubs though if you want, working in a pub. Although I might do that one with one of my friends, that might be interesting. Just do it with my friends. Different experiences kind of thing. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. That was my first ever job. If you would like to see anything else like this, let me know. Give it a big thumbs up, comment down below what you'd like to see next. No one ever does, I don't know why I keep saying it, but comment down below. Anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. If you've enjoyed it, like I just said, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see my face again, and I will see you in the next video.